You always observing. Virgo, you deal with facts. Leo is the fact of being. You're just here. You exist. You don't mind being alone. All right? Cancer, you represent change. You will change everything around you. There's no nothing that you can't change around you. Gemini, you seek for knowledge. Taurus, you're about establishment. You have to establish things, and you're stubborn in your establishment, but you will get it done. Aries, you're an action person. Pisces, you're about that faith. Aquarius, significance. Sagittarius, again, future, the archer, future thinker. That bow and arrow shoots into the future and stings. That's why I'm on the cusp with the Scorpio. So, yo, listen, man. Apex Solar One, I hope this was a good one for y'all, man. The thing about people, man, define people that surround you. And take control. Move them in and out of your life. Be God if you need it like that, all right? Take control. Move things in and out of your life. I'm kind of now buzzed up on the chemistry nation that called, man, because I kind of want to get back into that. So the God is just going to let this one go, man. So again, be safe. Become brighter thinkers. Do better. Stop answering people that you're just okay. Somebody asks you how you doing. Say great. Say I'm advancing. That's what you hear me say. Hey, brother, how you doing? Advance. What you been doing? Advancing. What else you been doing? Constantly advancing. How you been? Great. Not good. I'm great. Because my thoughts are great. You understand? Always remember that you are the personified being onto the planet, the manifested one, the living soul that Genesis talked about. God breathed into man his nostrils, and man became a living soul. You later went on and had a creation. You're an alchemist, and you created human beings out of... And when I say this, y'all, it's not racism. I put up a show where Europeans talk about this. So I want European or white people to understand. I am not racist. I speak on behalf of my own, and I speak on science. So when I tell you that the evolutionary chain speaks of you coming from the ape, I don't speak from my own mouth. I speak from your own European scientific research. That if you want to say that you're a human being versus a solar being manifested, then you're saying that you genetically come from the planet, and you can trace your DNA structure back to animal, leopard, an ape, and rhesus monkey. And I disagree with that for my people. I tell them we're not, but the humans are. And the human being that came upright under the moon, under the lunar cycle, as they evolved out of that ape, that aquatic ape from the water. That's why they deem water spiritual, and they baptize you using water. That's what I mean when I say 3D. That's the highest they can get, because they're from out of the water. And that is their religious base, the water. That's why they relate religion with spirit. And they evolved in that evolutionary chain that they showed us is them evolving. And they are the weakest link. By the time it got to a moon, a cycle, a lunar cycle, and the moon is sulfur-based, sulfur being pale in color, that creation came out pale. We had to give it a little boost of our solar genetics for it to walk upright and walk. But that would be mankind or human creation. We created them out of the jungle animal. The jungle, or Africa, as you like to say, was no more than a laboratory for our alchemists. That's why it's a bunch of beasts and animals there. That's why in the book of the Genesis, or Gene of Isis, or Your Beginning, the Genius's book, they'll tell you that Cain, when he was asked to leave the garden, he was scared and he didn't want to go to the land of Nod, the wilderness, where all those beasts were at. That would be what y'all call in Africa today. That's why we put animal there. It was like an open laboratory for us. Like when scientists today, they go get a mouse from out of their place where they have them, like their jungle. They pull them out and drop them into a maze for an experiment. Where do you think he's housing the mouse? Well, we house animal in what you would call Africa today. And that's where we went to do our research, and our alchemists went and took the genetics of the animal. and we formed this human being, and they had to go through an evolutionary process. And we gave the ape the voice box first. And then they walked upright, but the pale person under the lunar cycle, and by the time it got to the lunar cycle, you lost your melanin. That's why apes and all that is brown and black. They came out straight pale from that water, because that's what water would do for you. Then their melanin, that leopard disease melanin that they got from the leopard, sunk in. But by the time you was under the lunar cycle and you began pale, you lost your hue, that color, that HU. You still was mankind, human, but you lost the hue and you became pale under a sofa cycle. And you became the weakest link of your evolutionary chain. You are the last copy. You are the last one, the pale man. The apes were before you. Okay? The apes were before you. And then we are the missing link. That's why you call us the missing link. Because you can't find our solar DNA on the planet. We are the missing link. You cannot find solar genetics on the planet. We were formed from the dust of the earth because as we meteorited the dinosaurs, this might go over your head, the DNA of the dinosaur was still in the ground. So